Hello everybody and welcome back to season 47 of the P2 London Ally Better Together series. We're here at Daytona International Speedway, but we are off to a really rocky start here tonight as two cars have stalled before the start of the race, and I've never seen it happen before with two of them like both behind each other. But Zachary Fitzwater stalls out at the start of this race. The 4 car was supposed to be on the pole, but slows up into the apron. Looks like a problem has occurred before the race has begun. And Giovanni Castillo is stalled out as well. The 19 is on pit road right out of the gate. Yikes. I've never had that happen before with those two cars like both against each other, both back and behind each other, and they really got off to a rocky start. Yikes. That is just weird. But anyway, it was an aborted start, and they're going to be restacking up again to try to make this right this time. So the 8 car, Isaiah Bernash, is going to be on the front row with his teammate, believe it or not, Clint Buchanan. And anyway, Daytona is going to be a 70-lap race with stages ending on laps 15 and 40 like we had last week at Michigan. So what an eventful start here. 2 cars already on pit road before the green flag dropped. Zachary Fitzwater and Giovanni Castillo, and I think Fitzwater was supposed to be on the pole. So that's just a bizarre start, but anyway, they're stacked up again, and hopefully we'll get a smooth restart. We get a smooth start of the race this time. But anyway, Bernash and Buchanan, both from RCR, are on the front row. And this is the next to last race of the regular season, as next weekend at Darlington, it'll be the regular season finale. So a lot is on the line here tonight, trying to win and get themselves into the playoffs. Be a very important day for this one here for them at Daytona. Again, we're running 70 laps at this track. I think like in the first race we've done earlier this season, opened the 47th season here at this track. But here we go, about to get the green flag, and the pace car will be down to pit road. After a very rough start, about to get the green flag here at Daytona. Zeb Bernash is going to lead us to the green with his teammate alongside him. Going to have a great night here tonight here at Daytona as the pace car comes to the pits. Another car is really behind. Oh no, Zachary Fitzwater just came out of pit road. So did the 19, but they're going to be starting way behind them. But anyway, the green flag waves, and we are underway at Daytona. So thankfully those two will still be racing. The ones that got off stalling before the start of the race, they will still be racing. But just really slow right out of the gate. Eventful start for those two. And now Bernash is taking the early lead. But this is a super speedway, so you never know what can happen here at a track like this. Here comes Matt Hunter in the 20 car. He's going to go for second place. He's going to go for the lead now. He was in second place. Now he's going for the lead. Will the 20 car be able to clear the 8 to lead the first lap of the race? Looks like he will. He's going to lead the very first lap here at Daytona. But here comes Connor Breton down below in the 54. All these drivers battling to get in the playoffs. Hunter already has a win. But Breton is looking to get a win to get himself almost locked in. Clark McKee down the bottom. Can he get himself in with a win in the playoffs? And Rich Roy, already a winner twice this season. They're 3 wide. And now they're really starting to get to racing, already in 2 laps in. UZXL goes for second place. A lot is on the line tonight for these drivers all trying to make it to the playoffs with a win. 24 is in the lead now, and his teammate battling behind him. Well, McKee needs a win, but UZXL with a 1 win and being high in points, a few more points, and now you might actually be locked in before Darlington. But UZXL wants to make sure that he gets in by 2 wins and not just on points. He wants to win Daytona. He won at Nashville, and now he wants to cross Daytona off his bucket list. 47, Daniel Voiles down low. Down the bottom he goes. He almost won in Michigan, but was passed in the final laps. But Voiles looks for redemption tonight, and tries to put his name among those considered for the playoffs. Durrani down to the bottom he goes, and they're still 3 wide, battling for the lead. It's what they like to see here. But a one bad move, and it could cause the big one. LG Lataro is going to go for the lead now. 21 goes to the bottom, 3 wide. They go 4 wide. Things are going to get really screwy. Lataro takes the lead. The 21 is out in front now. Another one who needs a win to be considered for a playoff berth. Already racing early on. Look at how pack racing. Look at how everybody's in the pack right now. All drafting 3 wide early on. We're not even to 10 laps in yet. This is how passionate. This is how much passion they have to try to win and get into the playoffs. Try to win and lock themselves in. Chris Leone, winless this season. Allison Rain has a win. Looking to get more points to ensure that she makes it in. Stewie Moore already has a win. He's looking to get more points to make it in as well. Another win, and it's a lock. A surefire lock to the playoffs. Allison Rain, Stewie Moore on the draft down below. We'll see who'll be the one ahead. The last lap, and it was led actually by Rain. Rain led the last lap. It was very close, it looked like. But look, Rain was able to hold off and lead that lap. But it's not going to matter now. It's not going to matter. The lap doesn't matter. What matters is the final lap. Who will lead that last lap to get the win and take it over at Daytona? And here comes the 2 Priya, McShane. In the lead he goes. There's Matt Gomes, also going for the lead. Matt Gomes down below goes for the race lead. Another driver that needs to win to get in. Here comes the 51 Nilson Herrera going 3 wide for 2nd place. And Herrera's going to try to bump out Gomes. Got it down. 51 gets by. And by the way, the 78 is one of the part-timers in this field. Hayden Stringer. It's out of the top 5. Looking to play spoiler for those who are looking to get a win to get into the playoffs. I don't know if they're even going to approach Giovanni Castillo. They're really close to the 19. 19 stalled out at the start of the race. But came off pit road. Now trying the best he can to avoid being lapped. But it looks like he might be caught. If they don't wreck each other, that is. Avi Sachs takes the lead. He's in the 62 this weekend. Part-timers making a name for themselves. I mean, last season's Daytona race was won by a part-timer in Casey Hoyt. Now he's back full-time racing. And he has not won this season. But he's at a track that he has won already. So he's looking to add another one to one of his best tracks, and trying to put himself into contention for the playoffs. Look at that, 62 got a run somehow. He found a way around everybody. Found a way to get a run. But did he pull out too far? Is he pulling away too far, too early? It's really close to Giovanni Castillo. Oh man, they're going to try to pass him on this lap. See where Castillo goes. Is he going to be blocking the 62? And 62 finds a way around the 19. Oh, one driver's blocked. Oh, now the Castillo goes on the outside lane. Now the 19 goes outside, trying to avoid the ones that have the better lane. He's going to hold up Lataro. He's going to be holding up the 22 now. And now the lead goes to Sachs. But here comes Chavez. Chavez, 2-time winner this season, does not have to worry about the craziness Daytona to get himself in the playoffs. But but another win would give him momentum heading into the playoffs before the end of the regular season. Given those big 5 playoff points, that could help him out in advancing to the next round. The 11 car to the bottom, he goes. Samet Oskan goes to the bottom lane, getting draft from Nathan Ormond. And Castillo is still holding up the outside. Couple cars already went by him though, but there's no room for error. I mean, look, and this is really as tight as it could go without wrecking each other. It's really tight. Saw the big one late in the race in Daytona when we were here earlier this year. That race was won by JP Lataro, but his brother LG is trying to conquer a win at this track. His brother won earlier this season, get himself in the playoffs. But Edith Cardoza leads the race now. Cardoza was involved in that scary crash early in the last race, Michigan, and is trying to rebound and get herself back in contention. And a win could put her in consideration for a playoff berth. Well, she lost the lead to Isaiah Bernesh. Bernesh, though, has worked his way back up to the front, but how long will he stay in the front? Bernesh had to move up to the pole because the two cars that were ahead of him stalled out before the green dropped. And an unusual start to the race. But right now, it's living up to hype. It is living up to expectations for these fans tonight. Pack racing at its best. You never know who's going to win this one. It's really anybody's race here at Daytona. Really big here. Really a lot of drivers going back and forth for the lead. And now the lead is going to change hands again, and that's going to go to Matt Hunter. Matt Hunter leads. Hunter has a win at Iowa this season. A few more points would get him into the playoffs. Connor Breen is winless. He's going for the lead now on the bottom of his teammate. He might have to get by his teammate to get that lead and get maybe into the playoffs. One of the best drivers right now without a race win, most consistent. He's looking to finally break through and win this season. Here comes Voiles. And now here comes Clark McKee. Goes by Voiles. He gets the draft from Rich Roy. A lot of Hendrick cars all running inside the top 10. They know what to do in your super speedways, but are they planning a strategy? Are they planning how to get ahead and stay ahead? 3 wide for the lead. Excel has the draft. Excel has the advantage on the bottom lane. There's more to come of racing here when they get to the stripe. Here we go, the final lap of stage 2. Lataro spinning around on the apron. Lataro spins. And right on cue, the caution comes out. LG Lataro spins on the apron. He was hit from behind. You knew something like that was going to happen. They'll race back to the line to end stage 1. They won't catch the 4 again. So Zachary Fitzwater, lucky that he's not going to get lapped after his very bad start before the green. They'll race back to the line. It looks like UZXL might be the stage 1 winner. And here he comes to take the first stage here at Daytona. Huge stage 1 win for the 5 team. The 5 team takes stage 1. UZXL will gain a very big playoff point to his name. And right on cue, the caution comes out to end stage 1 and for a spin on LG Lataro. Let's take a look at what brought out the yellow. Alright, let's take a look at the spin with the 21 car. They're almost 4 wide going to second. You knew that they had to do something. Something had to give. And the 12, Chris Leone, was the one that took out the 21 on the apron, spinning him around, bringing out the caution. That caution would have come out like manually to end the stage anyway, but the 21 goes for a spin, hit from behind by the 12 car, and I'm sure there's going to be some retaliation at one point later tonight. They were all fighting tooth and nail to try to get that spot, to try to get in the playoffs, maybe with a win at Daytona. It was really a dogfight, but the Lautaro was caught in the crosshairs, and now he'll have to play catch-up with the rest of the group. He was hoping to win like his brother did earlier this season at this track, but now it's going to be tough for him to make a comeback. Last week, Nick Salmon came back from 30th on the last restart to win, so comeback is not out of the possibility yet. Anyway, let's get back to racing here at Daytona. Alright, let's take a look at the pit stops here before the start of stage number 2. The 48 is going to be out of pit road first. What a stop for Allison Rain. Rich Roy going to follow her after, and Michelle Anderson there, and after that. UZXL lost a couple positions off pit road. It's not great pit stop for the 5, lost a few positions. But we'll see if he'll make it work, because we've seen a lot of leaders back and forth tonight. So yeah, they're going to be fighting every position, everywhere, every position. But we're going to get back to the green. Welcome back to Daytona, and we're going to get underway with stage 2, and a car is up in smoke before the green. Skylar Taylor has blown up, and looks like his night will be over. Only way now he can make the playoffs is if he wins next week at Darlington. If he has enough points, that is, after that win at Darlington. Tough night for the 42, but the green flag drops for stage 2 here at Daytona. Three wide for the lead. Look at this. Michelle Anderson going to try to take it away. 42's out of the race with an ignition problem. And Skylar is the first one out of the race tonight. But Michelle Anderson's going for the lead. A three-wide battle with Allison Rain and Rich Roy. Michelle, one of the drivers that has to win to be considered for the playoffs. He's going for the lead. He's trying to join his teammate among winners this season at least. And maybe pick up points to make himself eligible for the playoffs. I think he was one of the top 3 drivers coming in without a win in points. So a win here would almost be a surefire lock for him to be in the playoffs. Here comes Excel. Uzi Excel won stage 1. He's worked his way up in just 2 laps. It's back to the lead. But this is Daytona. A lot of different leaders we've had in stage 1, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot more different leaders in the next 2 stages. You're going to see a lot of drivers going back and forth to and from the lead. Daniel Voil's trying to retake the lead. And he's got the run, an easy run on him in the 47 to take the lead. Here comes the bottom. Here comes the 45. That is Ryan Durrani, the defending series champion. He's in jeopardy of missing the playoffs. He already has a win, but is in danger of missing the playoffs. Just that one win alone. Another win would have him locked in, and he would compete for another championship. Here comes the 3. Buchanan takes the lead briefly. And here comes Quentin Moore. Moore's going to go to the bottom. He takes the lead away. Quentin Moore is now in front. I think they're going 4 wide in the middle there, and we know what happens when they go 4 wide. It does not end well. Someone's going to get too aggressive for sure. I'm sure that somebody is going to get too aggressive. Saw that, by the way, with the 21 getting caught in the crosshairs, getting turned by Chris Leone to bring out the caution. Lautaro's still trying to play catch-up now. Is a little behind. Another crash. Lautaro spins again. And a few more cars crash with him. Oh my goodness. The night goes from bad to worse for LG Lautaro. as he gets involved in a big crash behind. A race back to the line. Who's going to lead the caution? And it looks like it'll be the 23 Alexander. No, never mind. Yeah, it is the 23 of Alexander Rowe. 23 of Alexander Rowe will be the leader to the caution. Let's take a look. We brought out the yellow again, involving LG Lataro getting spun again. Alright, so this is what brought out the caution. Another wreck that the 21 was caught in the crosshairs in. Saw those cars piling up. Avi Sachs in the middle gets piled up. And there you see Pichu was the one that turned around the 21. 21 was just trying to avoid the wreckage, and then Pichu from the side just took him out. The night goes from bad to worse for the 21, and a handful of cars involved, including Samad Oskan and Avi Sachs, nearly flipped over there. Logan Nieto, another one of the open cars, was also involved there. Nieto won here a couple seasons back at Daytona, but it doesn't look like he's going to have the same success he had a couple seasons back at this track. Nathan Ormond also caught up in the wreckage. So that brought out the caution for the second time tonight. Alrighty guys, back for the restart. A couple cars went to the pits, and it shuffled around the pack, and now Daniel Voiles is out in front with just a handful of laps to go in stage number 2. Going green again. No cars out of the race from that last wreck. But man, it's going to shuffle up the field now and the rest of the night. It's going to be a battle. A battle of gladiators here in this race in Daytona. Voiles off to a good start. In the lead now. Darlan Ebrahimian is going to be behind him in second. And guess who's in third now? JP Lataro, who won here earlier this season. He's going to try to sweep Daytona. I think it was only done once or twice, and I think Maxwell Smart was the last driver to sweep both events at Daytona in 1 year. And JP Lataro is trying to do that as well tonight. And that would lock him into the playoffs as a 2-time race winner. Clint Buchanan into second, though. He wants a win and wants to get on the board and be an underdog story heading into the playoffs if he makes it. Matt Gomes also looking to win. On the bottom he goes. Cullen Francis inside the top 5 now. Francis was so close to winning the 3rd time at Michigan, and I'm sure he's hungry now. He's hungry for another win after coming so close in the last race. Francis for the lead he goes again. Already a 2-time winner this season. Former champion looking to make it 3 before the start of the playoffs. Here we go. The 14, Quinn Moore, is going to be the one to lead next. And 78 behind him is Hayden Stringer. Oh, look at Stringer getting the bottom lane. It opens up for him. Stringer taking advantage. There he goes. In the lead he goes, Hayden Stringer. He's looking to be the second open driver to win a race this season. Stringer's a former champion as well, so he knows his way around. He had that massive run in the playoffs that led him to the title. But now he's running part-time, looking for an opportunity. He's trying to show that he still got it. The former champion trying to make it work again. James Richardson in the lead. He's won many times in his career. Richardson already, and also has a win this season, I might add. Won at the Rock, by the way, during the regular season. Another win would make him a lock into the playoffs. Chris Leone back in front, and Leone making a comeback, and he was the one that took out LG Lataro during that first caution. And now he's the leader. I mean, who would have thought that the 12 would be in contention after taking out another driver? But they're all getting aggressive. They're trying to fight for everything here. They're fighting to get in the playoffs. This is not the regular season finale, but it does feel like one. 9 more laps in stage 2. And Matt Hunter, Rich Roy gonna battle 3 wide. There's Nick Salmon in the same paint scheme he ran in last week when he won at Michigan. He wants another one. He is looking to get another win tonight. That would surely make him a lock. That he's locked in already. 2 wins. Looking to go back to back. Nilson Herrera is in the lead now. No, Edith Cardoza, I should say. Edith Cardoza's leading. $15 in front right now. The 15 car leads. 11 right behind her. Samet Ozkan. He was involved in that crash in the last one, but it looks like it didn't affect him at all. He's trying to come back. Another comeback brewing could be for the 11. Ozkan is looking to win to get himself in the playoffs. One of the highest drivers in points without a win, but he's looking out right now. And a win here would get him into the playoffs with a high standing he's in currently. 17 down the bottom. Can he stick? Can he make it work? Will he be able to get another win this season? John Andrews trying to put himself in contention. Another win would put him in a lock into the playoffs. Andrews was in the championship 4 last season. Needs to pick up with points in order to get into the playoffs with the 1 win he has, or another win makes him a sure lock to the playoffs. There's Pichu right behind him. And Pichu's playing spoiler, wanting to win again. Playing spoiler to the others who need a win to be considered for the playoffs. Imagine that. It's a battle. A battle to get into the playoffs. Well, if an open car wins, then Darlington's going to be much more important. More important than it already was in the next week's race. Darlington's going to be a lot of fun next week with a regular season finale. All fighting to see who gets in. Here comes the 54 car, Connor Breton into second, and Pichu's able to hold on the lead for now. It's not going to be long. These cars are going back and forth on the draft. So anyone can win tonight. Any driver can win tonight here. It's going to be it's the luck of the draw for these guys. Who's going to be the one that's lucky enough to be out in front first? Guess who's in the top 10 now? LG Lataro. We thought he was done for. He's back in it. No, he's spun again. Oh, I thought I was going to say he made a comeback from being spun out to the lead, and now he's wrecked out again. Are you kidding me? 3rd time he's in a wreck tonight. Oh my goodness. Stewie Moore involved there too. And this will end the stage a lap early. 2 laps early in fact. So this is the end of stage 2 because the caution came out 2 laps before the end of the stage planned. Allison Rain is going to take stage 2. The 48's going to win the 2nd stage, and a wild one. It has happened again. Oh my goodness. It has happened again to LG Lataro. He was competing for the lead, and then he gets taken out again. That is insane how much he's gone through tonight. Oh my goodness. But look, stage 2 is going to end 4 laps early. I should say not 2 laps early, but 4 laps early, because when they get back to green, it'll already be it'll be a double fall restart at the lap that they are going back to green. Yeah, so they're going to end the stage right here. Stage 2 is over, and Allison Rain is going to be your stage 2 winner. If she makes the playoffs, that's a big playoff point for her to add to her total. So it's going to be big. Playoff points are huge. But anyway, let's take a look at what brought out the caution. And here's the wreck with LG Lataro. He just can't catch a break tonight. Just when he thought he was making a comeback, Stewie Moore clips him in almost the same spot that he was clipped by Chris Leone in. Right there. I think they nearly hit the pace car. Oh, man. Hard hit for the 21. Gets turned around again. Near the same spot he was turned by the 12 earlier tonight. It's Ty Moore with major damage and is on pit road, but 21 is still fighting back. Just a tough night overall for the 21. Just when you thought he had a comeback in his hands, he gets into another tangle near turn 1. My goodness, just having a rough night overall for the 21 team. But anyway, we'll be back with the start of the final stage. Welcome back to the start of the final stage. And 77 Stewie Moore is out of the race, but the 21 is still running. Somehow, some way, 21 is still in contention. Man, he's been through a lot here tonight, getting wrecked left and right. He's looking to at least finish this race in one piece. But the third and final stage begins with the green flag dropping. There were a lot of shuffling around during pit stops, and UZXL is the leader now. Pichu drafting right behind him in the second spot. Yuzi has a win this season. A lot of points for him in his favor to get in on points alone with a win. Excuse me, with one win. But another win would get him momentum on his side, and would make him a contender. Another wreck behind. They've wrecked again. Haruk and Kolungalu among those involved. Dahlin Ebrahimi and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. were caught up in the tangle. They'll race back. They didn't even complete a lap before the caution occurred. But the 5 is going to be the leader heading to the caution. Anyway, we're going to take a look at what brought out the wreck this time. Alright, this is what brought out the caution. I don't know why the 71 was really close to the drivers like that, but he took out the 31 and the 4. And the 4 gets tangled by another driver. And that brought out the caution for the, I believe, the fourth time tonight. 10 car was involved there. He was hit by the 31. Rough night for Zachary Fitzwater. He started on pit road. And, yeah, he had to start from the pit lane after a mechanical issue at the start. And now his night goes from bad to worse as he gets tangled up in a wreck. Welcome back, and UZXL unfortunately had to take a pit stop under caution. Had to get something fixed, and now he's in the back. But Igor Barreto and Pichu will be on the front row at the start, on the restart. There'll be 25 laps to go here at Daytona. And the race continues. Still more to come for these guys now. Barreto and Pichu side by side now for the lead. Here comes the 9. The 9 gets a run. There's Ormond getting a big run. And 33 Logan Nieto making a comeback too. All these drivers making comebacks of their own. Logan Nieto goes to the bottom. Can he block the 9? Oh, he cannot block the 9. 9 gets the run. The 9 is in front now. 9 is in second place. Barreto pulls away a little bit. But is it going to be enough? Probably not, because we still have plenty of laps to go. Ormond is now running second place. Barreto still leading the race. Barreto trying to get another win to lock himself in. He already has a win this season. Ormond has not won. He's trying to get on the board. Maybe compete for a playoff spot, as it could shake up the field heading into the regular season finale next week. Priya McShane in second. There he goes. Nice run there into second place for the number 2 car. They still are going 3 wide. They're really doing whatever they can to try to get through and make it to the line. Almost 4 wide again. Oh no. Oh boy. I thought the 23 was going to take out the 12. That would have been some sort of retaliation with LG Latar or something. But now the 2 car Priya McShane is the leader now. He's out in front. Priya has not won this season and looking to win and get on the board. Here comes the number 23 Alexandro. Rowe has not won. Oh, I think he has won this season. Sorry, he has won this season. Another win would put him a lock into the playoffs. Here comes Clint Buchanan. It's his turn to lead now. The 3 car is out in front now. Buchanan has not won also. Boyle's down below, down the bottom he goes. 47, trying to finally get a win after being very consistent in the past handful of races. I mean, we've seen Boyles mostly in the front of these past couple races. He's not been able to win. He almost won Michigan and was passed with a few laps to go. Aiden Stringer in the middle, and Michelle Anderson goes to second place. This battle is not yet over. Tight battling going on now in the back of the pack. Almost 20 to go. Now they're wrecking in front. More spins. Stringer's up, wall riding. Our biggest wreck yet. Biggest wreck we've seen tonight. Took out many big competitors. One car hit hard. 99 Chavez hits the 19. Holy cow. Biggest wreck of the night. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm not even going to cut in. We're going to look at it right away. We're going to look at this straight away. Holy cow. What a wreck that was. Biggest one of the night by far. One that will definitely change the way this race goes. Oh my gosh. Don't know where it began. Look at that 4 wide Maravilla. Looks like Maravilla got right into the pack. And Stringer all riding, and the other car's in the mess, in the dust. Oh my goodness. The big one has struck with almost 20 laps to go. Wow. No, Chavez stuck with the 19. Ew, boy. But that just been a terrible night so far. And Latara was hit. LG Latara was hit among those. My goodness. Holy cow. Holy cow. That wreck was huge. Oh, man. That is just incredible. Anyway, back to the restart. Bunch of cars retired, by the way, from the last wreck. And Ebrahimian is out. Buchanan is out. Chavez is out. And Castillo is out. But with less than 20 laps to go, a lot of drivers are still in contention. And here we go. Green flag is back out. Michelle Anderson against Daniel Voiles. Anderson with the run outside, but can he pass them before they get to the turn? They will not. And Voiles is going to go to the bottom to try to clear the 6. May have some drafting out behind. This race is still not over yet. I think the last race we won in Daytona came down to overtime. So they're hoping that doesn't come out to overtime, because we know what happens. Drivers run out of gas and it becomes a mess. And we end up having to do multiple overtimes just to try to get a green flag finish. 16 laps remain. Voiles is still hanging on the lead. But now Harukin Kolungalu is going to be in the bottom draft. Maravilla, though, despite spinning early, apparently it didn't do any damage to his car. He's in the top 5, trying to win the race. My goodness, Maravilla, we saw him nearly turned on that last caution, and he is trying to win this race. Maravilla already won Darlington. The next track that they're going in, Darlington, Maravilla won a race there earlier this season. So a win before Darlington, another win before Darlington would be huge for this team. Would lock them in the playoffs. As Maravilla already has one win. Bernash is second place. The winner of the in-season tournament was looking out, by the way, below among the non-winners. It would get in either way, being a tournament winner or being among the highest of non-winners. But, oh boy, he's getting past now. Cardoza into second. But another win for Bernash, and he would not have to worry about it. He would get in as a winner. And the last 16th and last spot would go to the highest finisher in the tournament that is not yet qualified. I think that would be Castillo, I believe. Here comes the 50-15 Cardoza to lead the race in the final laps here at Daytona. Down to the wire. Voiles Cardoza getting to the lead. Another car spins. Another one spins. Rain takes out another driver, and she gets right into JP Lataro. It was Matt Hunter that got taken out. And they'll bring another caution out. It's going to come down to the last handful of laps here tonight at Daytona. Cardoza is hanging on to the lead over Voiles. Voiles is finding outside, though. It looks like Cardoza is going to hang on to the lead, racing back to the line. Looks like she will hang on to this lead coming to the caution. And we'll have to take a look at what happened between Allison Rain and Matt Hunter. Alright, so this is what happened as Allison Rain was going to the bottom on Matt Hunter, and there's just no room to run. And Rain takes out the 20 car right here onto the apron. Just a big spin and a huge hit by the 20 car. But then moments later, when Rain, after she took out the 20 car, you're going to see that Rain tried to get back on track, but it doesn't work out to her favor. And instead, she gets right into the traffic and gets right into the 22 and spins herself out. And a really rough night for Rain overall, and a rough night for Hunter as well. And a rough night for those guys, but you see how very, very passionate the drivers are. These drivers are very passionate to try to make it into the playoffs, doing whatever it takes. And we saw a lot of these spins here tonight, and with Matt Hunter as well. By the way, here's the full spin with Matt Hunter. Just want to rewind a little bit and show you the full spin. And yeah, it looks like he might have hit the back wall in the back. So, yikes! Just a really rough night for some of these drivers here tonight. But it's going to come down the final handful of laps here at Daytona. You do not want to miss the conclusion here tonight. Alrighty, guys, here we go. 9 laps to go here at Daytona. Just got word Zachary Fitzwater's out of the race. A suspension problem ends his night. I wonder if that suspension problem was the one that was damaged before the start of the race. And now it's caught up to him, and look, Zachary Fitzwater Sr.'s out of the race. Daniel Voiles leads in the pack, and here comes Marvila going 3 wide with just 9 laps to go. Cardoza's on the outside, nothing that she can really do about it, trying to fight it back on the outside, but the bottom as always prevails. 3 wide, they're all trying to win this race now. Now they're getting really aggressive. 8 to go at Daytona. Marvila out in front. Another win puts him in the playoffs. Chris Leone has not won yet. He has won Daytona before. He's won at this track before. Mitchell Anderson going for his first win. And it could be in contention for him in the playoffs. Daniel Voiles trying to hang on to win this race. Voiles trying to block every lane. But still, there's 7 laps to go at the stripe. It's going to be a really tough test to hang on to the lead for another 7 laps at a track like this. I think Voiles was a previous winner here at this track as well. He's got a big gap. But did he pull away too far, too fast? He's about to find out. Pack is really catching up to him. I think he has a better car right now, but yeah, with these drivers in the draft right now, it might not last. Daniel Voiles somehow pulling away, but it's far from over. It's far from over. This race isn't over. When he hits the stripe, there'll be 6 laps to go. And you bet that these guys will be hungry for the win. Chris Leone in second. He's got the better line. Somehow Voiles has been able to keep the lead at a safe level. But again, another wreck could bring out overtime. We could have overtime by a caution, by the way. So this race isn't over yet. Last time we went to overtime at Daytona, it was really a wild finish in the final 2 laps. It came down to the wire, came down to fuel mileage and whatnot, and who was able to get out in front. It was insane. I'm sure Daniel Voiles does not want to see another yellow. Just 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go to try to hang on to this lead. And they're 3 wide behind him. Somehow Voiles is blocking everybody. This would be huge if Voiles wins this race and puts himself in contention for a playoff spot. Leone down the bottom on Maravilla. And now Anderson trying to get by to second place. Michel Anderson drafting the 12 to the front. And with these guys battling, it allowed Voiles to stay neutral on the lead. When they hit the stripe, there'll be 4 laps to go. Saw how close these guys are racing there. On one spin here could bring out a caution and we would go to overtime. That's something the 47 does not want to see. Leone still going for second, trying to clear these drivers so he can focus on the 47 car. I don't know how the 47 is able to be faster than everybody on the restart. Voiles is making it work. Daniel Voiles has had the momentum on his side the past couple races, but hasn't been able to seal the deal. Will tonight be the night he gets the win and puts himself in consideration for the playoffs? 3 laps to go at Daytona. Somehow these guys have not wrecked each other, but well, this race isn't over yet. Comes Leone trying to get the bottom to get a run on the 47. That 47 has been very fast on the last start, but Leone's gaining ground. He might have gotten a draft on him now. The 47's trying to break out of the draft, trying to keep this lead for himself. Coming to 2 laps to go for the 47 Daniel Voiles. Will he be able to do the impossible and hold on for the last few laps and win? He has done this before. He's done this many times. But a win here would put a momentum on his side, whether or not he makes the playoffs or not. This would be huge for him, as he's been so close many times this season. Just not been able to get it done, but will tonight be the night? Leone peeking out. He's won here before, trying to get the draft on Anderson. But Voiles somehow has been able to keep the lead. White flag next time by. Cardoza, though, somehow was able to get a better run on the outside. But is it enough to pass Voiles? Will they catch up to the lap cars ahead of them on the last lap? White flag, 1 lap to go, and this race ends under green. That's something that the 47 wants to see. Comes down to him and Cardoza. Cardoza down to the bottom she goes, trying to get by Voiles on the last lap. 15 was running outside, now goes to the bottom. Cardoza gets by. Edith Cardoza might have stolen this win away. 1 more turn. Here comes Voiles again. Will Voiles be able to get by the 15? 1 more turn to go. Voiles and Cardoza got a battle for the win. To the final turn. Voiles clears the 15. Daniel Voiles is going to take this win away at Daytona on a last lap pass on Edith Cardoza. Here are your final results from Daytona. It was a thriller. Edith Cardoza gave it 1 last push and had the lead for half a lap. Then Daniel Voiles came from behind, took the lead away from Cardoza. Boyles hangs on to win. It looked like he lost that race for a second, but he came back and took the win and puts himself in consideration for the playoffs. Season 44 was when he last won. That season, he won 4 times. So is this the start of a big run for Boyles? And with that, Boyles has achieved his 14th career win in the series. And like I said, it was his first win since season 44. But Boyles is back out on top and winning at Daytona in his home track, nevertheless. But anyway, here are the rest of the drivers, and there were a handful of drivers that retired from this race. But finally, Daniel Boyles wins at Daytona. It must be a lifelong dream for him to win at his home track. Finally gets it done here tonight at Daytona. He also won, by the way, in his home state of Homestead in Florida in season 25. That was way long ago. But now this is his first win in this series, at least, at Daytona. So he was able to get that off his bucket list here tonight. But what a win for him. What a win for Daniel Boyles to put himself in consideration for the playoffs. It's going to be a tight battle next week at Darlington and the regular season finale. You do not want to miss that race. Will determine the playoff field. And I think we'll probably determine some of the drivers that are locked in on one win in points after here today, and I'll add it up, and you'll see it at the end whether any drivers will be locked in with just one win and enough points. But we do know it's all going to come down to Darlington next week to determine the playoff field, the 16 drivers that will make the playoffs. You don't want to miss a single minute, and you don't want to miss next week's race at Darlington. So until then, we will see you later.
Keep on rolling.